What is the cremation process? Well, cremation reduces a dead human body to 3 to 7 pounds of bone fragments and other organic and inorganic compounds. This reduction is accomplished and the body returned to the natural elements by exposing the remains to intense heat by dehydration, evaporation, and mechanical processing. Cremation is an irreversible process. I realize that this is stating the obvious, but I want to remind you of it nonetheless. A body that is interred in the ground can be exhumed at a later date, but a cremated body can't be uncremated. DNA cannot be recovered from cremated remains. The temperature of the cremation chamber ranges between 1500 degrees and 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. The cremation can take between 1 and 3 hours to complete. The actual time depends on the efficiency of the cremation chamber, the construction materials of the alternative container or casket, and the physical size and weight of the body being cremated. Dental gold will melt and fuse with the cremated remains due to the extreme heat of the cremation chamber. The same is true with jewelry. It's for this reason that we recommend not cremating jewelry with the decedent. Small personal items such as wedding rings, bracelets, rosary beads, and other items should be placed on top of the cremated remains after they have been placed in the urn. As you can imagine, after the cremation, the remains are quite hot. Consequently, there is a mandatory cooling off period that generally takes 2 to 4 hours. The actual time varies. Medically implanted metal or metal composite devices such as artificial joints will be discarded after the cremation. These items have no monetary value because of the extreme heat of the cremation, which renders their form and function useless. A strong magnet will be passed over the remains after the cremation to attract metallic items like nails, latches, and hinges from the casket or alternative container, which are then disposed of. The cremated remains, essentially a mass of coarse ash along with bone fragments of various sizes at this point, will now be processed in a machine that will pulverize the cremated remains to a uniform size. Multiple passes through the processing machine are possible. With each pass through this machine, the cremated remains become finer in their consistency. Processed cremated remains, approximately 3 to 7 pounds, will vary in color. They can be dark gray or grayish white or even a light black in color. Naturally, if the family selected and purchased an urn, the cremated remains will be placed into the urn and returned to the funeral director or the family.